A ver. No, the second part was to me, correct?
Why do you like black? Why do you like black?
You only answer one question at a time, so take your answer.
You want to do the last one?
Okay, go to the last one.
And you can think about your answer. And the dogs, you know, the truth is, the funny thing is, I made a film with dog slides before. So I was very comfortable around these huskies, and they're trained to do a thing that they love to do, and I enjoy being around them, and they're sweet dogs. They really respond to affection, and yeah, I enjoy mushing, as they call it. But I was lucky because I had done a film for Disney called Toko before. Spent 5 months in the Rockies of Canada with these sled dogs. And they were quite different from the dogs we used, but still, it made me love dogs more than I did before, probably.
Okay, over there.
Hi. That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, why didn't we use the subtitles there? Because he's not, you know, Clint, our character, is not really understanding what's being said to him. You know, so why should the audience be inside of something that he, you know, our lead character is not, doesn't get it. And it seems like, what does it matter? And I hate words on that screen anyway, even in the situation with subtitles that are valid. So, I didn't think, you know, especially when the film is being done into other languages and being dubbed and all. I don't think the lead, you know, the focus of the film is on him. He's not getting it, so it seemed appropriate.
And the title, Siberia.
Oh, the title. Oh, yeah, you know, it's one of these things that come out of nowhere. You know, I don't know where that title came from. It's been title of other films. I don't know, you know. I mean, for me, for an American, Siberia represents exile, loneliness, you know, that coldness, someplace exotic, magical. And there's a lot of meanings. I'm sure it means the same. Yes. Yes. There's Russian. The two Russian people, you should ask them. Where's Siberia from?
I understand this as a soul-like Siberia, and for me, I don't have to explain. I see exactly what it means. So.
Okay, another question.
I'm most engaged in that kind of situation, so I think I do seek things out that are difficult, because I think that's the only way you learn, and that's the only way you challenge your thinking, and you know, have some possibility to be transformed. And I'm very interested in that. What was the other aspect? Yeah.
Answers all those guys.
And as far as how much it comes from me, I mean, Abel invites me in, so you know, I'm an extension of what he's trying to do. So who does what is never really an issue so much, as long as we're making something.
Behind you.
Let me paraphrase the question. I mean, ask that again. With the editing, how did the editing affect the what? The flow of the film? I mean, you know, we had the game plan. It was a strategy. We started in the snow. We went to the desert. We went to the countryside. We came back to the snow. I mean, that was, you know, we're not against, you know, starting to, you know, shuffle the deck, you know, change things in the editing room like that. I'm not really for it. And it's not my, you know, style really. So we had the game plan. His journey was laid out before we began. I mean, we're up to changing, and, you know, sure, but not this time. Say you put down then I'll answer mine. Yeah, I'm up formulating the answer.
I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah, yeah, you know, stage fright or ease.
You know, when you make lots of strong, when you have the opportunity to make projects, you know, listen, I'm lucky that maybe I have a bad memory. Where I am is where I am, and I don't think too far ahead, and I kind of forget about what happened before. So that's kind of I'm bragging, and I'm also cursed by that, but it helps me where I am. I'm happy, and I don't think beyond that. So one thing at a time. That's sort of answered. What's the other part?
It was about how you need to prepare for this very part.
How do I prepare for this part? You know, when Abel was answering the question about editing, how much was in the script, how much was edited, Abel, we've been talking about this because we're friends and we've done other projects together. And, you know, when I come back and we get together, it's like, what do you got? What are you thinking about? And it starts to percolate. And he's been really good, particularly on the last couple of projects, of bringing me in very early and bouncing things off from me and asking me to get involved. So it was a very long and slow process, but still, yes, while it was prepped, you know, you can't just run to the desert, you can't just run into the mountains. There was more preparation than something like Massa, which was totally improvised. But I lost my train of thought talking about Tommaso here.
No, you know what I was talking about, I mean, the idea, where an idea comes from.
I just, real quick, and then I can get off.
Yeah.
You know, for me, the film was made in the shooting. And with Abel, as far as I'm concerned, it always is. While we're shooting, he's very good at working with what's there. Bringing stuff in the room that he's interested in, and that the other people are interested in, and then making something. It's a very, quite an organic process. We're never just interpreting, we're really trying to inhabit.
Right. You know, with this film, I mean, after we did Pasolini, you know, I mean, I don't have an agenda, and I didn't have an intent, but I just had a feeling towards the film. You know, when that happens, you know, I'm talking to him first because I want to see if he's interested in it. The idea of the double, the idea of, you know, him maybe playing something else besides himself, you know, in the movie. Then, you know, it was just fate that I met with Diana, who worked out that Lieutenant King in New York with me, who wanted to do something. We hadn't been apart for a while. And, you know, she read very sketchy stuff. You know, this isn't stuff you're going to present to an official, normal world. You know, just ideas. And then her and I started putting it together. When we met Marta, she read it and she got it. You know, and again, this is all kind of fate. It's magic. It's all happened to be living in the same place, Rome. Michael Weber was involved. Philip was involved at that time. We brought in then. And that's the kind of thing, it just kind of shaped. I'm knowing he's the actor. He's the actor for the last 3 films. I'm not, you know, it's a group. Dunya produced the Alive in France. She plays on the stage. Christine is who she is. Star of the last couple of movies. You know, we live together. We have the baby together. You know, Diana, old friend. So it's like kind of a group deal. And we're constantly working on this film. And everybody's on the film. And everybody's sharing the ideas all the way through the editing. You talk about the editing. Dunya's an editor. This film was given to her. And I get her caustic, nasty comments on the state of the editing. But we're taking it all in as the group, as the family. And this is what emerges after, you know, whatever time it takes. Sitting around the kitchen table.
Is that what you're referring to?
What, the kids sitting around the table?
Yeah, who's in it? What's the photograph of?
My family.
It's a family.
Use what you got in the house.
Yeah, right. It's a family affair. This is nice stuff. Okay.
Because of the camera work also about these dogs, when you see these dogs in the dark, you know. But can you tell me more about the fish? Because that was very important. That was very important. And because at the end of the film, the fish has to say something.
Yeah.
It's been cooked, it's been fished, but at the end has to... So can you just tell us why you chose this in the narrative? At the beginning, you talk about it. The narrative thing, you know, you talk about going fishing and so on. But this is very important. Then I have a question for the producer. Third film in the Berlinale. Berlinale loves you, yeah? So how do you feel? If you can tell us more how you came in this project. Because you made a film about Pasolini. I met Pasolini. He was my teacher. And I lived in Rome at that time. And the people didn't understand because they just wanted to do sex. But Pasolini was also a poet. And people forgot about this.
Thank you.
You want to go first?
No, Berlinale loves us, and we love Berlinale, of course. So that's the point. No, we are in this movie thanks to Marta Donzelli. We associated with Marta and Gregorio, of course. They are great producers. We like to support the great director, and Ferrara is a great director. This is a great movie, so thanks to Marta for first of all, and we like to be here, of course, and that's it.
Okay.
Fish.
They want to hear about the fish. Does anyone else want to talk about the fish?
No, I think he brought, you know, we talked about at the beginning, the guy had, you know, the character had to have his say at the end. You know, I think it was a natural end to that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see, folks? Just stand up for 1 second. Just stand up, please. It's the director of photography. Thank you. Thank you. The man wants to know what you're trying to project with this light and darkness and this use of shadows.
You know, it's hard to say because we spoke a lot about the movie, but in reality we create everything during the shooting. Was all days was a bit, and so I don't know exactly what's exact start my job, when finish, when start this job, William, because all together every day we create something different.
I have the sensation that this is a political statement somehow. Do you see this movie as a political gesture of some order of yours? What's the political dimension of your work?
I don't see anything political.
Okay. Do you see anything political? I want to hear it. Yeah, please. I'll answer too.
Of course it's political. Anytime you make something, there's a degree of politics in it.
All right, we got two conflicting opinions. Same face. Yeah.
Like hopes, disappointments.